Now.
Okay. Is it working? Okay.
Ciao, Priscilla.
Hi.
Back. Yeah, we've been with you in quite a few sessions, but time to get back together because we're talking about
Yeah.
dreams and how this timeline is going and the energy is affecting us. Yeah, my sleep been crazy. I mean, I would
hmm
wake up on the dot 2:20 a.m. at night,
hmm
and I sleep until 3 a.m. and then from 6 o'clock until 9, perfect sleep.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But but then yesterday I slept like a log, so wait,
Yeah.
all
Well, I
over.
guess some days you have to, get some real sleep, I guess. Me too.
Yeah.
It's been really crazy. Like, um, the beginning of the sleep is like okay, but when I start to have like a REM sleep, I guess more in like from
Mhm.
4 a.m. or 3 a.m. to like 6 a.m. I get repetitive dreams that are like super vivid and at least 3 or 4 a night. And I could write like novels, like either sci-fi novels or horror novels or like adventure novels. It's crazy. And the thing is that it's like always the same kind of place. It's not the same place because it looks different. There's different scenery, but it's like if it's a set. It's not a set,
Mm,
but it's like this controlled environment where there's different situations happening. I know it's the same place. It's always the
right.
same themes. It's always either a hotel or like some kind of mall, okay, underground mall, or
Mhm.
or a hospital or a
Mhm.
school or all these things together. Okay. And did I
I
say a
know what
hotel?
you're talking.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just go to this gray building all the time. It's like a concrete gray building
Yeah,
with
yeah.
very small windows,
hmm
and each room is like a different story. That's what I remember. Because not
Oh,
all of them I remember, but it's like I come there to solve problems or something dealing with information. I don't. It's like
yeah.
it's like a secretive thing to do,
hmm
and I can't really say in physical world what I'm doing there. That therefore I feel like my memory, my
hmm
subconscious cancels my memory basically in the
There's
physical brain.
overlaying for sure. There's like coding
Like,
on the top,
yeah,
but
yeah,
there's
because it's like
always
the
like,
filter.
yeah,
The
yeah.
body is the filter. It just
hmm
filters because we're focused on decoding the physical to create it before our eyes. So how can we can't do both.
But it's really like, even now I'm feeling it, like how I feel when I'm in the dream.
Mm,
And in the dream, it's like the things in life are there too. Like I know I have abilities. I know about the crafts. I see the crafts. It's
mm-hmm.
just more enhanced. There's like it's like more. It's like it's happened, or it's like parallel realities, or it's like
Yeah, you're living that. I see your videos. Yeah, it's
it's
interesting.
really,
People
yeah,
should
yeah.
go on your channel and see your
Uh,
videos because it's
it's
really
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like I was outside bringing the
you
garbage. It was at
connected to
least like
that.
20 of them. I was like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are crazy. I'm telling them, I'm like, y'all are crazy. You have nothing to do. Why don't you come and talk to me? You know what I mean?
Right.
Why are you
Because
20 of you out there? Like,
because you transition to that world. You know how like
yeah.
all this stuff like disasters and stuff happening, wars,
hmm
disasters, earthquakes, all this stuff, it's gonna continue to
It's the
happen. It's like a
counterpart.
snowball
Mm,
because that's the only way to basically transition those souls who are not ready for high vibrations. I
yeah.
mean, they themselves at a very subconscious deep level know they cannot sustain
hmm
the physical body
It's getting
activity.
intense, the energy.
Right.
Like this
So it's
morning,
like they go, sometimes they don't realize why they
mm,
go for dangerous stuff, but
mm,
they go for it to lose their body so they can
yeah.
transition. That's one group of souls. Another group of souls who are totally taken over by entities, so they're like pushed because those entities want to get attached to them and just
Yeah.
parasite on, like parasitic, right?
Some of
Use
some of
them.
them think that they're gonna pass with the being, like they think like because they don't have a body, like they want a body,
Yeah.
kind of. They think that, oh, I'm gonna stick to them, I'm gonna take that body, I'm gonna ascend, like kind of thing or whatever. I'm getting that too, like
Yeah,
it's
and the
like,
traps about this ascending and all this stuff,
yeah, but
we've
that's,
already gone to a different world because those who are at the front lines of, different situations like wars and stuff, unfortunately,
mhm.
those already decided,
Oh yeah,
most of them to be
for
gone,
sure.
and others are just like basically guided by the entities.
But it's different
And
for everybody,
it's
like
it's different for every. There's
for me it's
multi
like just
worlds.
getting my awareness of what the other maps would be, or the other parameters would be in the other worlds, and kind of bringing it into
Right,
application here, kind of thing. It's not like
right.
anything else than that. It's just like reconnecting to my dormant DNA or whatever, with the energy that's coming and everything.
That reconnecting is very important,
It
and
is
it was a
that's
reason
ascension.
why,
No.
I always wanted to move to Florida, but I actually made it in the year exactly this year.
Yeah.
Why exactly this year? Why on my birthday did I get into a car to drive? Like it was not supposed to be on my birthday. It was supposed to be two
Well, I
weeks
guess it was
before.
supposed
We
to
kept
be.
postponing. Yeah, yeah, but it's like in physical world, how
I
do you
know.
tell your
I
story?
understand.
But it's because I need to reconnect with my true self, which is water,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah. In
And
Florida, there's a lot going on in Florida. And like we're we're the kind of we're the puzzle pieces, we're all put at specific places, and
Mhm.
together our frequency, it creates like an energy, it's like the
Right.
timelines kind of thing, like
Yeah.
yeah, you see it, right? You feel it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's
Like
like,
people come
yeah.
up to us to me with kids and start talking about always positive, happy things,
Hmm.
like things we talk about, things we
Yeah.
think about. It's
Yeah.
basically your bubble of reality. It just connects and magnifies those vibrational beings. They might not be even awake and
Aware. Yeah.
aware. It's just like my brother, he's totally safe. He's just teaching at the university despite the war going on. He
Hmm.
celebrated his birthday today is actually
Very good.
March 5th.
Yeah.
And it's because he's a positive person. He
Hmm.
always believes positively that the good things are coming for him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why he's not drawn and taken into something dangerous. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for
How it
sure.
happens. It's just like that's how it works. But yeah,
That's amazing. I'm happy to hear it. Really, it's amazing.
yeah, yeah. And tell me more like about your dreams.
Well, yeah. So like in the dreams, there's always also like children and young people, and there's also there's different types of dreams, okay? But there's always like you said, like the underlining, like
Mm,
the cover is like nothing really specific is happening, but something's happening for sure. Like
mm-hmm,
I'm kind of I'm not participating in any of it, but I'm always like seeing stuff, seeing people, and
mm-hmm.
um, it's like it's like I work there or something,
Well, you do
like,
work. We discovered it in that other session,
yeah, yeah,
you
well, for
know.
sure. I mean, but I like it's like I'm being aware more of what's happening, and
Yeah, and it's like the memories coming back to people because they're reconnecting. Like you said, even my 7-year-old, she always says, I'm a dolphin, mama.
hmm,
She swims and swims and swims for hours in the ocean. So she
yeah,
reconnected. She feels good,
yeah.
and that.
Hmm. I think that's the thing. And also, like what I was going to say earlier is that, like this morning when I got up, I was looking around me. It was like I kind of took psychedelics or something. It was like all bubbly and more vivid. And like, like, I don't know. I know you never took psychedelics, but I mean, it's like it was super cartoony kind of thing. Like it was
Mm.
really palpable. It was more squishy, like the everything. I was like, whoa, what's going on? So it's like,
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it's like reality is molding and out.
but
Cause
then we adjust, because it's like it's like the awareness is getting more accessible through both realms, like it's mixing kind of thing,
right.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really like it's crazy, but it's amazing at the same time because like even my parents, they're like awakened and everything now. My mom's like, Priscilla, I saw a craft and everything. I'm like, okay,
Mm,
yeah, like 4 years late, but okay, fine. It's good. It's like I would have never thought. So
yeah, absolutely. And people
mm,
realize, you shouldn't be pushing anybody towards that. It's just they are either
no,
ready or not. And
yeah.
more people realize that, and they ask about children. How do you raise children?
Hmm.
Do you do this or that? No, I mean basically you just kind of like love them and approve them, and I
Yeah, well,
usually
the
give
kids,
them,
it's
don't give them any, direction, or I mean they basically give you directions.
yeah,
It's
and it's
not
like
that way.
for my kids, they're like aware of the other things also, you know? So
Mm.
for them, it's like coping with both, because both my sons, but Jaden, he told me lately, like he remembered being, like having no body, having no home, and coming into my belly. And he was like,
Uh,
yeah, he was like, and then I was laying there, and it
bleeds
was
through.
long. He's like, I was laying there, and it was long. I was like, okay. And like he
Yeah.
remembers. So
Yeah.
it's a transition. It's unprecedented kind of thing. We're all learning.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, Mariel was like half asleep the other day, and she said, "Well, I picked you and all this." And you know
Yeah.
how they talk sometimes when they're laying
Mm-hmm.
down and ready to sleep? That's exactly when they get
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Jaden, he told me stuff also. He told me something that's it's really like disturbing. And he doesn't hear me talk about anything at all. And
Right.
he was like, Mom, I had this dream, and it was this big octopus, and I was fighting it. And all of you guys, that's not funny. Wait for it. He was like, all of you guys, you're all in cages. And I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah, I was fighting it. And then it was all black. So probably like he got knocked out or something. That's what I got.
It's a manipulation like classic
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Marina, when she was 9, remember she went for that session. She was
Yeah.
also like the reptilians would like tell her, okay, here's your, and we would be standing there like her brother, her sister, and me,
Hmm.
and I would do something bad to them if you don't go with me. And once she
Mm.
agrees to go, it's a contract already
But
stamp.
he told me like, and then it was all black, and I said, okay. And after, and he's like, after I was in a cage next to you. I was like, oh, okay.
Uh,
So yeah.
well, that was probably because some emotional and energetic something that
Well,
made them
again, I think it's
lowered
like
the
situation,
vibration
you
and
know?
gave them a chance to get him into cage.
Yeah, but what I think it's like simulated freaking realities sometimes, when you're like
The
on a low
dream
vibe.
state,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, in the astral, because it's like you don't really know. So like your dream can be like taken over kind of, and your awareness, because it's just your consciousness. And it's like I've had so many visions, of so many
Mm,
things, and I don't really talk to no one, and I don't really like connect to
right.
other people. And I'm like thinking to myself, man, is this all just freaking like in the mind? You know what I mean? Like
It is
all
because the
the
true you is your dreams. Your dreams is
yeah,
a true reality. I mean, I look at the mirror at myself every time, like, this is me. You know that
yeah.
feeling like
This is
this
my
is my
life. Like
face?
what?
Yeah, because because the body is like binoculars. You just like look,
It's a
use your
limitation, yeah.
eyes and to look in the and create the
Hmm.
reality in your brain. It's
That's what I'm
transforms the
saying, like, so
algorithms
the,
into pictures and
hmm,
builds up the fabric of reality, which you're kind of sewn in with your. I feel like the electric system of the body is one of the dots that are multiple dots all connected through this wire
oh,
systems,
for sure.
you
I
know,
see that
and
too.
each dot, like a
Sorry.
little light, is us.
Hmm. Hmm.
Basically,
For
when
sure.
somebody loses the body, the dot is taken out and replaced by other dot or by the same dot. Because
Mm.
it's like a cell of the fabric, there will be a hole in the fabric, like if you rip a t-shirt, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
replace it or sew it in with some other sew or shrink it a bit. So that's what they're doing.
Mm.
I feel like they're almost like shrinking it now because the real souls are gonna stay and burn with the high vibration, the almost like
To
tunnel, a
take the other ones.
connection, a
Yeah, yeah.
root from a tree, which are us, the tree,
Yeah.
into the original earth, and the
Hmm.
whole thing is gonna crumble the
Yeah.
other. But we're getting to that point, but it's a process. Like nothing's gonna happen like this, like
No, 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 no. For sure. For sure. Because,
mhm.
I mean, if we want this to be, as okay as possible, I mean, we're not stupid.
Right. It makes it
So,
exciting. I absolutely, I don't even know what those truthers in community talking about these days. I haven't watched a single video, no kidding,
well,
for a long time now. For a
mhm.
long, I mean, all those names, we all know them. No, I have no idea what they're talking about. This, the
People are
bases
trying to
again, the
understand.
trafficking, the I mean,
No,
it's not really worth it what's going on the moon. Who cares what's going on the moon? The moon has to go.
it's
We should not be connected to the moon. We should be creating our own vibrational field, not the moon
well,
gonna
I think that like everything else, everything is multidimensional, you know? Like
well,
there's the version of
just
Earth that's
the
3D.
layer.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the moon, if it's anything, we can overtake it. You know what I mean? Like kind of thing. If they use it to project their movie or whatever, their frequency, well, if we get strong enough,
Like
this
solar, right?
technology is not going to be, it's going to be, like whatever. So I feel that that's the thing. That's why also all the memories from the SSP, that's what I think. That's how I want to see it. Okay. Like everything that I remember, everything that's coming, I'm telling myself, okay, so I'm going to see this, I'm going through this, but what I need to understand is what's going on, what's my power, how they take it, what they do with it, and then I want to do it. Like, thank
Mm,
you for the information. Bye. Like,
yeah.
because if they're doing it with us, it's because they don't have it, right? Because they wouldn't use our abilities. And there's a thing I saw, Oksana. Okay, I was awake and I was doing laundry, kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I started seeing, okay, like it was kind of a cartoon, okay, and it was just like miscellaneous, any guy, okay, just like a human person in shorts, like
Mm-hmm.
levitating, okay, laying down, levitating in a white room. And then I saw all of a sudden all his information, um, possibilities, everything in his DNA was just like open up, like it was like bright, it's like all little balls around him, like a
Mm.
hologram. And then I looked up and I saw all windows and all the beings looking, down in that room, which was like telling them, okay, so you can do this and this and this, and it was telling them all the possibilities that they could use, to see. Because you're like, oh, let's see what this does.
What
Let's
he
see what that
can
does.
use him for.
Yeah, just to, so it was like, and then I popped in next to the being that was right up there, and I looked at
Mm-hmm.
it. I had never seen a being like that. It was so weird. It was like rainbow head, all kinds of colors, but
Mm-hmm.
like whoop, like that. It was kind of weird. So, anyways, I left after, but I saw, all this information of all the DNA of the being, like all the possibilities. So I was like, okay, that's okay. So we
Yeah.
have to understand this, that's our possibilities and that's our It's like, let's say we're in a game again, it would be our gear. But it's true. It would be our gear, our everything we have, like in our thing that we can. I don't play games that much, but I mean, it's a good analogy, I think.
It's like a game when you can pick
So you
this or
have all
that.
these. Yeah, you have this gun
Yeah,
and you have this place that you can open the door and nobody can. Whatever,
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like at that point, and I'm having crazy chills. At that point, it's game on. I'm ready.
Yeah, because the DNA is
So,
basically the experiences from the past life,
right,
now
right,
life, future lives.
everything.
That's what it is, possibilities.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I got to the point when, I've been doing so much with, you remember how we used to do like a lot of sessions with James,
Hmm.
James, from and like a lot of information from SSP, and then I had SSP clients and all this information, and I felt like I
It's a
needed
trend.
those the right people came to me to
Hmm.
remind me about something I had to relieve in the physical life, to remind to my physical brain to kind of fixate it, record it, put it into data, and then I feel like I'm done with it, to be honest,
Hmm.
because I feel like that layer of information of
Yeah,
database, I passed it.
yeah.
I'm not interested in this anymore. Okay, was me. Was that's how I feel like that's how you're a star seed or
Hmm.
somebody who came here for one time or for a few
Transcend
lives
it.
only.
Yeah.
You go from one thing to another. I feel like I grab into one thing by interest, and then I work on it intensively. Like I used
Hmm.
to do 2 sessions a day, when I just started, was this
Hmm.
woman as a telepath, because I craved information. At this point, I feel like I'm overloaded with information.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm actually searching for something new. I don't know what it's new, but I just let my soul bring the right people to me at the right time
yeah.
to find something,
Hmm.
because I feel like people need something new. All this, new age, blah blah. The other
Yeah.
ones are it just people realize it's fake information. It's information dictated by malevolent entities,
Hmm.
groups of them, and it's not interesting
Yeah.
anymore. It's always the same. Wait for the for this day, for that date, for this moon, overlapping,
Yeah,
or
it's
this.
programs. It's
It's
like
so
it's
stupid.
exactly like
Yeah.
once you understand the program of 3D Earth, then you access like the fourth lower astral, and that's all the other programs that are more malleable, that are
Right.
MK Ultra, or also, I'm not saying there's not real bodies and real entities and everything, but I'm saying that a lot is MK Ultra, a lot of it. And there's the programs and there's the linking with all the trauma and everything. Like, okay, it's fine, like stop rubbing it in. Why
Right.
is this happening? Like, what's the purpose of this? You want to put this out there and everybody's going to watch it like a movie. They're going to be, oh, that's interesting, because people are like that. You just want to see what you suffered and everything, and then you're going to be like, oh, whatever. Like, what's the purpose?
Right.
Why are you remembering
Y-
this now and
Yeah,
not
I feel
before?
like I feel
You
sorry
know?
I interrupted you.
That's
I
okay.
feel like we've been used to develop protocols for mind
Understanding.
control of the
Yeah.
masses of people, of the population,
For
you
everything.
know.
For everything.
But now we kind of know each and every how they put together protocols, how they
Hmm.
influence us, how they play with our minds.
Hmm.
It's not interesting anymore. That's the
Hmm.
thing. That's exactly when you disconnect from those programs, because you lose your ego. You don't want to be super soldier anymore. You don't want to be part of the programs anymore. You
No,
learned
because
everything about it, and there's no legacy, or this like something that keeps you, oh, I'm so special, like I'm a starseed, I'm a super soul, I mean, that's important for informational purposes to spread to others.
hmm.
But for me, I'm actually grateful that somebody like James doing it, the interviews and spreads information. But
Oh
for me,
yeah, for
I
sure.
outgrown it myself personally,
Well, it's hard also, to deal with all of it and
Yeah.
all the people and everything. Oh my God, I could never do it. never in a lifetime.
Yeah, because
It's
you'll
hard to deal
read
with.
through it as you hear the stories of others.
Yeah.
That's why I can no longer hear the stories because it gives
Mm,
me extreme flashbacks and
mm.
it activates this DNA strands of that particular memory
'Cause it's
information.
co-creation. It's
Yes, and you
co-creation.
recreate it in even
Yeah.
in your personal life. You start getting like abducted or something, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
you start thinking, oh, I'm embodying my altar or whatever. It's all mind.
Yeah,
It depends
yeah,
on where you put your attention right now and what you want to create. Because I think that the potential of creation is really getting, more, um, it's getting real. It's getting more accessible. Because we're understanding that, like, let's say in a dream, things change like that. In a second, everything's possible. So it's like a
right,
little bit of that is sprinkling here, and then we see impossible things happening in our lives. Like we always have crazy things happening, but I mean, it's happening for normal people also. It's like I like to say that we're kind of overriding it, like the game and piercing through you know, their grid,
right.
the
Yeah.
frequency band that's keeping, people in a certain.
Exactly. And so the moral of the story of life of everybody is to get to the point when you totally understand that, your body is gonna go at some point and
Yeah,
it
for
and it's
sure.
a good thing. So you actually lose the fear of physical death
Yeah.
and you're starting to look forward in a way, not like enjoying
Of
your life every
another
day, not
another
thinking
adventure.
about it,
Yeah.
but it feels so good to be actually feel deep down like, oh, you just like I have this thing when in my mind, the picture in your mind you have. I'm looking at the little Oksana walking everywhere enjoying it, but the big Oksana is like totally calm.
Yeah.
Oh, at some point I'd like to exit that particular game that I'm looking at myself right now,
Yeah.
and we'll start up something new and exciting because life is like that. It's like stretches of excitement, focus on certain topic, and then you lose your interest in that topic. You go into the
Yeah.
next one. These are the levels of the game. That's it. You cannot constantly, jumping over the octopi or
The
whatever,
same thing. Yeah.
Luigi or
Yeah. Yeah.
Mario. You want
Mhm.
to do the other.
Mhm.
But that's how I feel, and it feels so liberating. So
Mhm.
that's the point of the whole thing. That's why we're studying, teaching,
Yeah.
sharing information. But it has to be inside feeling. You
But the
cannot
thing
really
that's
teach it.
hard
You
is
can
to.
explain,
Yeah, but
but
it's hard to really feel it like that and also really feel it like this. Because sometimes
mm,
it's kind of frustrating. You're like, like I'm not, I don't want to do this like that. Like I know there's another way
mhm.
of doing this. Like this sucks. Like, let's say, I don't know,
You mean exiting the
anything.
life the way? Well, the exiting
No, I'm
is
talking
easy.
about operation systems, like the way that here you have to really do things step by step,
To
slowly,
sustain your
and do it
body.
again. And, all these little things that in your higher mind that you're more and more connected to, you're like, what? What's this? Like, it's like, let's say you're a gamer and again, and you're playing Nintendo, like, okay, no, no, no. I want to want this. Where's my other game? Like,
Yeah.
it's what I'm going through is kind of that I get, ups and downs with it because it gets frustrating. I'm like, this is long. Yeah, like, are we gonna be able to operate it, or are we just gonna be able to know it, or like, it's like I'm like, you know, I want more
Yeah, I
of
feel
what I'm
when we get
feeling.
frustrated, it's almost like a soul shows that we have to work on something or find. I like ask myself all the time a question like about myself. What is this in this
Mm.
situation I can do next time differently? Or why is this it's happening? There must be a way out of this
But
particular repetitive
it's not what I
cycle. If
mean.
it is,
It's not what I mean. What I mean
just
is
the whole
like,
life is
let's say
long.
like teleportation. Okay.
Like you would
Like
like
being
to
stuck in
enter.
traffic. I'd like to be able to materialize and dematerialize like I do with my mind. You know what I mean?
You're
Or
talking about the time loop that they looped us around. They basically, it's like a cord. They connected us in a loop, right? And just like, so they did that
yeah,
thing.
but the thing is that
And we're inside the loop of
yeah,
time.
but we're it's not a loop, it's more like a spiral because we're accessing more of it now. But I mean, it's like I cannot taste it and I see it, but can I have it here? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But we're not quite there because we still have too many emotions and you know what I mean? Like we have to be more masterful, I guess, in everything, and then we can maybe, be able to access these things. And it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I told myself, some time ago that just take it as a game. Like even those hard emotions of frustration and everything,
Mm,
just play
it
around
is a
and say
game.
that you're a master, oh, look, this situation gives me a chance to show how I
Mm.
can reconfigure that emotion and play with it. And all of a sudden, like, it's so funny how you changed everything, and everybody's like changing quickly too. And you're like looking, oh, that
Yeah.
works.
Hmm.
But
No, it's
yeah.
nice to see the people follow you. And the thing is that what I prefer is not to say anything. Like they know that I know, that they're doing it
Hmm.
because of me and I'm not saying anything, but I know they know
Yeah.
that I know and it's like haha, like
Oh, yeah, the system uses them, and when you're just kind of like quietly observing, they figure that you know what they're
not in
trying
that
to do.
sense. Like let's say
Manipulation all
no, no,
over.
no, I'm talking about good things. Like good things. Like
Mm.
let's say somebody, I don't know, somebody starts eating differently
Do
or
they come up to
whatever.
you?
Yeah, and then
Talks.
and they don't tell you that it's
Happens all the
because of
time.
you or whatever, but and you know that they know and you're like, yeah. And it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
funny.
but now it's like everybody who comes up to you has like 100% the same values. Like once I start talking to random people watching my youngest doing gymnastics and like talking to a mom, and then all of a sudden you find out she has the same exact values like me, and that's exactly
Yeah.
why we actually met up under the circumstances, bumped
Hmm.
into each other basically. Yeah, the same.
Yeah, it's the
I'm
frequency
not even
thing.
surprised anymore at any of this.
Yeah.
So, well, it's not nice to be talking about it, and
Mm. But we're not the
um,
only ones that are having a lot of dreams also. Like I've seen a couple of people, on um, YouTube or whatever, that they're saying, that their dreams are really more active and more vivid and,
mhm,
like it's really like a trend. Like and even if we don't talk to the people, I'm thinking that it's like the collective consciousness of
mhm,
the people that were like we were saying earlier, we're on like the same channel kind of thing, like on
mhm,
the radio. We're
yeah,
both listening to the same channel or whatever music, and we're all on the same wave of what's going on kind of thing. It's amazing to see because sometimes I'm joking, I'm like, are they watching me? Like, I know it's not that. I know it's a collective consciousness because it's
you
like
connected to
normal people.
specific groups
Yeah, well, we are.
of consciousness. Yeah,
Yeah, we are.
I just feel the people who have these dreams, they're rebuilding realities and timelines and those
Exactly.
realities.
We're fixing these pocket realities. I think that's what I feel. That I'm seeing some things that were happening, and we're like reschooling it a little bit. Like changing it and bringing something because I don't feel any really bad things happening, but there's weird things happening and technology that I've never seen in my life, and or
Mm.
like a lot of animals and a lot of observation or like I don't know. There's something, So is it healing the ones that were whatever, or I don't know what we're doing, but I'm feeling that we're like there's something for sure, that's like happening in the dream
Yeah.
time. What
Yeah,
about
yeah,
you?
yeah, it's interesting. Well, I told you I always go. Right now, it's like my job at night or something. It's some gray
Exactly.
building with some small windows. I exactly like when I close my eyes, I can go there right now even. But there's a lot of computers. They're all connected with each other, and
Yeah.
I feel like they project some holograms, and the holograms they're all like they have the rays connected to some huge crystals on different planets, and it goes like out like a big flower and then connects,
But that's
and
how
then
I
and
see
then
everything right now.
it builds up like grapes, like bubbled realities
Yeah.
together, and they grow and grow and growing, and each bubble reality connected to a mind of one
Of a
creator.
being.
That's
Yeah.
what I see.
I see it too. It's crazy. I
Yeah.
see it exactly like that. And when I do like the grid work, because I go like to the highest that I can go, like in through my consciousness, and take the energy with me, and I bring it back through me, and I grounded it, and what I see is that it goes in the grids and it goes through all the others like me that are on the same frequency, and we're
Mhm.
like bigger, like we're like bigger strands, and then it goes
Mhm.
up and to all of our others that are us, like a freaking domino thing, up, up,
Yeah.
up, 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 all connected through all our beings. It's crazy, right? It's like I'm
Right.
having crazy chills, and it's really like a multifaceted crystalline energy, like pastel, like freaking gridding it all together, like, and purposefully for the ones that wouldn't be so connected to the heart and mind and emotional and
Mhm.
everything. I'm trying to really so everyone gets it, like everyone's understanding from it,
Right.
so we get balance, back, because this
Yeah.
is balance, so everyone needs to understand that if we're in this creation, we're all from the same kind of freaking thing. We're all touching each other. So it's like we need to, structure ourselves in a way that we're going to be okay, everyone. Nobody needs to
Yeah.
be bad, or not bad, but I mean, nobody needs to be unwell. You know what I mean? Like everyone
Right.
can be okay. What the hell? You know what I mean?
It's like a
If they don't
quilt.
know, we're gonna show them. It's infinite. We are all infinite. So it's just
Right. Yeah, it's like patches of reality sewn into one big quilt, and
hmm
now the souls connecting into each patch or group of people according to that
hmm
vibration. And then what they do once we connect it, we can be in different places of Earth and we sprout.
for
It's
sure.
like they took the original Earth and they put it in a concrete ball,
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
concrete ball we can sprout, making holes and reconnect to our true selves up there,
exactly.
basically.
hmm
And that's why
It's
the
like a membrane.
Vatican
It's
sphere
like
inside the sphere, it's
yeah,
kind of a clue.
yeah. I saw this in like a vision. I was kind of meditating, and I decided to go up, and I took another route. I took a specific route in my head and everything.
Hmm.
And I got to a place where I popped out of how they show you Earth with the blue kind of halo around it?
Yeah.
Okay, it was exactly like that. And I was like
Hmm.
walking on it. It was like spongiest, but like more like jelly. Okay. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh, that's weird. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I decided I'm gonna go more up. And then I got to a place where it was really like an egg, like like jelly of an egg, but it was like I had to pierce through
Plasma
like
layer.
a yeah, like a membrane, like it was
Hmm.
like skin, like not skin, but more like a octopusy membrane
Well,
egg.
they make those
Yeah, yeah,
specifically.
yeah.
I
So
found that each kind of alien group makes a different filter
yeah,
system.
so it was like I saw this for me to understand, like the
Hmm.
piercing through of it. It's just metaphors. Like it
Right.
was the first time I saw this. I was like, wow, that's
But because you
interesting.
wanted, you did go through it, and because people
Oh, for
always
sure.
ask, like, how can I really? I'm in doubt that I really can. No, you can't do
Well,
anything,
if yeah,
really.
exactly. In the dream realm, in the astral realm, it's exactly the same rules than in the dreams. In a
Hmm.
dream, you can be 1 second you're there, and another second you're there. Everything's possible. It's the same
Right,
thing. It's
right.
and yeah, it was really amazing. And Yeah. I was like,
That's nice.
yeah, there's
Well,
other
thank you
parts,
for sharing.
but
Yeah, we figured 40 minutes would be enough. We're in 39 minutes now.
that was good. I hope, people find
Yeah,
it
I hope it
interesting and
helps
relate.
others, and maybe they'll share in the comments.
Yeah.
I never insist on comments, as you know. I never subscribe to monetization or anything
No, but I mean, no, but
because
of course
my
not.
channel is like
Just to share.
representation of me
Hmm.
just to share, just like yours,
Yeah.
basically. And
Sharing information.
if you feel like it would be
Hmm.
interesting if you shared. But
Yeah.
yeah, well,
All
thank you
right.
so much, Priscilla.
Bye.
Next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.